Wishing everyone in the Bailey family a wonderful Shabbos. The message for this week comes from the fact that we begin reading Parshas Mishpatim, which is a series of laws, over 70 mitzvot throughout all of this particular parsha, many of them having to do with civil law, what we call torts, damages. If my cow gores your cow, how much do I have to pay? If a person left a boar, dug a pit or a hole, and another animal fell in, all sorts of laws regarding that. It is not known as one of the most exciting series of laws, but it is in the center of a fascinating piece of Gemara. The Gemara asks, if somebody wanted to be a chassid, a pious person, an inspired person, spiritually uplifted, awake and aware and alert in every spiritual sense, you want to be a chassid, what should you study? Which body of law should a person focus on to achieve that level of becoming a chassid? And the Gemara actually gives three answers to this question. One answer the Gemara gives is, you should learn the laws of brachos, of making blessings before you eat. Every single time a Jew takes a bite, or the first time they take a bite of a food item, and they thank Hashem throughout the day, always thanking Hashem for everything that we have. You want to be a chassid, says the Gemara. If you really focus on that series of laws, you'll become a chassid. Second answer the Gemara says is you need to learn Pirkei Avos. Learn the ethics of our fathers, the beautiful teachings throughout Pirkei Avos. For example, the three pillars upon which the world stands on, Torah and Avoda, davening, tefillah, and gemilos chasadim, acts of kindness. How the Mishnah teaches us how this entire world is just an antechamber to get ready for the world to come, which is the real ballroom, the real goal that we have. And beautiful, beautiful teachings throughout Pirkei Avos. Learn Pirkei Avos, you'll become a chassid. Then the Gemara suggests, if you want to become such a righteous individual, learn the laws of nizikin. Nizikin are damages, civil law. When you have to pay for something that you did to someone else, or if your animal, or if your children, or if your property damages someone else's property, how much, when do you pay, how do you pay? All of those laws, you will become a chassid if you study those laws. That is an interesting answer to spiritual piety. On the simplest level, it would simply mean that you don't want to hurt someone else. And if you do, if you damage them, you have to pay. And so to make sure that you don't hurt, harm, or damage anyone else in any way, study the laws and you'll make sure that therefore you'll become pious. On a little deeper level, there's such a beautiful message here. It's not just that you don't want to hurt or harm or damage someone else. Study these laws so that we don't become people who do that. We don't become people who cause pain, damage, be it financial, and certainly if we're careful about causing financial damage, we will be equally careful about causing any other type of emotional damage with our words, with our actions. Don't become that kind of person. You want to be a chassid? Study these laws carefully. Watch everything that you do. Not just that you don't harm someone else, but that we don't become that kind of person. We do become the kind of people who are so careful not to cause harm, pain, or damage. That is actually how you become a chassid. Pious, spiritually aware and inspired. Study the laws of this week's parsha. Keep them and hold them dear. And indeed, that is the greatest way to become such a pious individual. Have a wonderful Shabbos, everyone. Stay warm.